the way to go, right? Right?
I like it.
I don't understand this. I don't understand it at all. I am keen to see what the hell Gunnar does. Why is he playing mid-centaur?
Well, regardless of that, I do believe we have a video coming up in just a moment. Who have we got in the video? Looks like we've got a Husky. We asked Husky what the best start to a game is. Hold that thought. We might have a fight. Bottom lane. Nouns are around, and so are 5RAT.
Look at me. I see you. Look at me. Look at me. I see you.
I love the voice lines. In they go. Nouns, they'll spot out Stominant. Kids is going to move in, though. Lelis is being targeted. Albino Zebra to back them up with the battery assault, but a big hoof stomp out. Gunnar landing on 4, and now the whole team shows up. Trample is out from Moo. Albino being chased down. They don't have enough damage, though. They'll have to turn back on speed, but they can't take him out. Moo's back in trouble on the Primal Beast. Light Strike Array, though, is not going to land. Nobody dies. How is nobody dead?
Oh my god. They're just also durable on both ends.
They can keep going. Will they? Moo? He still thought about that damn bounty rune. They won't have enough to take him out. Okay, and that's going to be enough. Going back to the video, we asked Husky, what is the best start to a game? I have a feeling this is not one of those best starts, but let's hear from Husky.
I think the best start to a game would be Gunnar getting a first blood with the runes. That would be the best start for sure. I think you can sometimes tell a game is won just from the draft, to be honest. You don't say that loud because you don't want to overhype the team too much with that mentality. But sometimes you come out of a draft, or I come out of a draft, and like, as long as nothing catastrophic goes wrong in the first like 10 minutes, they cannot win this game. And that's a good feeling.
Oh, there you go. Apparently it's all on Gunnar, right? Like, if Gunnar says it, it's going to happen.
Yep. And we'll see. I mean, his lane so far up against Kits is going all right. He's going for the hoof stomp wave clears. Kits can't really walk up, cop some extra damage. Of course, it goes back and forth. Kits does have good nuke and shield crash, and Swash. He can kind of bail himself out when he does decide to jump Gunnar. But the one thing for Gunnar here is at the least he can get some really strong push going depending on how much he wants to go all in on that retaliate. So the mid tier 1 is going to be under pressure no matter what with his Centaur pickup. I'm still keen to see how much Gunnar can get because this matchup isn't the worst thing in the world for Centaur up against Pango. It's just not something we see. We see stuff like Lush, we see stuff like, Tiny, but Centaur, it's new tech.
The thing is, you can't really harass him out, right? Like, you pointed out the retaliate, he's going to get a Ring of Health, probably will build into something like a Vanguard or even the Hood of Defiance, and it's like, well, you can't kill him. Even if the supports rotate, I don't think he's necessarily going to die. And hell, I mean, I have seen some mid-centaurs in the old pubs, John, You can get some ridiculously fast heart timings on this mid-centaur.
Yeah, it does pop off quite fast. And
look at that.
Yeah, with level 3, 1/1/1, you do have a lot of nuke. And it actually hurts Kits a lot more to spam his spells. He's already out of mana. He needs a bit of a top-up. Does have the bottle coming in. But it's easier for the Centaurs to sustain that, because double edge, no need for mana, baby, just some HP.
Love to see it. How's that bot lane going? Looks like Yamsun still finding some farm. It can be a bit of a rough lane. Every time you're against a Skyrath, it's never fun. Speed with the Scorched Earth obviously has a great way of chasing down and burning through refraction charges, though Yamsun hasn't even gone for any points in refraction yet. Meanwhile, top lane, bit of a stun out onto Moo. He's going to be okay. Of course, we have seen the Lina clockwork quite a bit, and this combination is very deadly. Especially once you have the level 2 up on Albino, you get the cogs up, you can guarantee the Light Strike Array landing. And with that, the Lina has so much magical burst, and, well, quite frankly, it's kind of impossible to get away from the clockwork with this duo.
Yeah, it's just a great pickup. The clock counteracts what Moo would want to do. It's a lot harder for him to just stand there, jump in. Battery assault's going to be a constant annoyance. Pulverize isn't a free deal as well until you get your BKB. So you got a ton of ways of doing that. Even with the BKB, hookshot can kind of ruin you. So they can manage that lane. It's a little bit slower for Moo in comparison to his Game 2 performance, although they might be able to get some harassment onto DNM.
Oh, that's a lot. DNM? Albino Zebra, he leaves the damn lane for a second, maybe just trying to go for a small camp pull, and DNM's gone. You got to be wary of that lift back into the trample of Moo's. It does hurt quite a lot. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they'll try to move on to Husky. Yamsun's going to be there to protect. And he knows there's not really a great way of locking down the TA, at least in this laning phase. So they can't really punish Yamsun for moving so forward. Speaking back about the top lane, though, DNM, you really want to try and avoid deaths like that. That's for sure.
I mean, 100%. It's tough. You need Albino Zebra to just camp around. At the same time, he doesn't want to sap too much XP away from DNM. His levels are so key to get him gunning down at his level 6 mark. And again, you can kind of connect with that level 2, but the issue is, even if you have all that damage, Mu is still really tanky, and you can just get lifted out of cogs, at least taking away that battery assault, allowing Mu to just clear out a cog and jump away. So you still have a lot of options there for Nouns to counter fight on what 5RATFORCESTAFF might want to do up top. And down bot is probably your best bet. Like, we've seen that aggression coming out. It's kind of rough for Speed in the sense that he can't really stop Yamson from farming. This TA's pace is still matching up with DNM's. And there's really not too much you can hope for. You might kill Husky.
You may. Husky's dropping extremely low now. Nature's Grasp is out. It's just not going to make the difference. They do take him down. Stominant to take the kill.
Yeah, you just pump out those spells. You punish the Treant more than the TA and try to build off of that. Speed's still set to have a pretty good game in terms of farm. He's not being stopped either. So that is some good news there for 5RAT. And Stominant on the Sky, we know what he wants to do. He just wants to hit his level 6, connect with Albino Zebra in this game, and just play with that Mystic Flare. You've got a lot of burst on hand. And for Nouns, for them, BKB timings are going to be key. They just have to find a way to avoid a lot of that magical output right now. Gunnar has been left fairly unchecked, though. He's severely ahead of Kits, and that's not the best of news. We heard Nouns, we heard Husky in that interview. As long as Gunnar kind of gets that running start, it can get going. He doesn't find First Blood, but, you know, he's still set to have a good game here.
Absolutely. Kind of 37-6 right now in the Centaur. Bottom lane, Yamson again going to be chased. Refraction charges getting burnt through real quick. Husky's going to be there with the leech seed. That will make sure they can't really chase Yamson. See, one of the strongest abilities in the game right now. It just really does make it impossible to chase anyone when the train's around. Meanwhile, mid lane, Rolling Thunder popped, but you can just stampede away. And that is one of the beauties and strengths of playing mid Centaur, right? It's like, you can't really kill the guy. As long as he has the ulti, he'll just walk away every time.
Yeah, I mean, it's a longer cooldown on Stampede, but you don't get that kill opportunity from the rotation coming out from Albino Zebra. So you're more than happy here on Nouns. I mean, the Vanguard timing you talked about there, Mike Gunnar, is going to have it pretty much up already. He's got the gold, just needs to get the courier out to the secret shop. You've got a really solid start for Nouns from the mid, but the side lanes for 5RAT, they're not doing too bad either. They're getting that farm on speed. DNM is kind of slowing down, but so is Yamson.
Bottom lane, Stominant's getting chased real deep. Yamson will keep going, so will Husky. They haven't really got any more spells to throw out. Husky, he'll just keep the chase up himself. Kids is going to show up, though, on the Pango. That means Husky does need to go for a bit of a run, but now he's trapped up, trying to hide in the tree line. Eventually, Stominant will get his revenge back the way of the Treant, even finding the courier of Husky. Very, very frustrating for the poor old Pos 5. And that'll make it a 1-2, currently in favor of 5RATFORCESTAFF.
Yeah, they're getting a lot more aggressive. Again, this lineup can just run down very easily. They know Stampede is down, so no save here from Nouns. But for Nouns' part, they build a stack up in their own triangle. Gunnar with a Vanguard clears it so fast. Like, that is an insane farm rate, actually. That's like a triple stack already gone.
I mean, why are you hitting yourself, creeps? Why are you hitting yourself? That's basically what Gunnar's sitting there just spamming to himself. Is the Ancients, he won't go for them quite yet because 5RAT do show up. Doesn't want to take on too many creeps and heroes at once, that's for sure. It's like 5RAT will head up north as well, maybe finding Moose there on the Primal Beast. Moose actually going to take both creep waves for himself and goes right for a TP out. Beauty of that kind of play, though, it is going to push the lane back his way with a double creep wave, so he can just chill out by his tier 1 tower knowing the creeps are coming.
Yeah, just get a lot more farm for himself in the solo lane. DNM does have 6, so there is the threat of Laguna to just melt down. And Mu is off to a bit of a slower start in terms of net worth. His bottom net worth core, but he's doing his job here. He's distracting, he's holding a solo lane, he's allowing his supports to play elsewhere, and he's just kind of giving space out to Yamson and to Gunnar. Like, this build-up is pretty damn quick from both of these cores. Gunnar, once he has that blink up, you've got a lot of ways of playing. Like, you can follow through from Mu when he does commit with his Pulverize and his Onslaught in. And you have a lot of squishy targets here from 5RAT. Lena's still squishy at this point. Clock, Stominant is very behind in EXP. Doesn't take too much to burst these guys down.
It definitely does not. bottom lane. Rotations are in from 5RAT. Hookshot not up for Albino, so it's kind of hard for him to catch anyone out. Meanwhile, DNM being chased down here by Moo. Use the pig out and just walk away. Stominan's going to show up. In fact, there'll be more TPs incoming. Albino Zebra going towards the outpost with the TP. But again, has nowhere near level 6 yet, so can't really close the gap and hold somebody down. Kind of the real shame right now of the 5RAT draft is the fact that this Clockwork just sitting at level 3 at the moment. Take a bit of time to get to that level 6 mark. So can't really join his team. Speed. About to hit that level 7 mark. Does have the Doom up. Would love to be able to commit it onto this TA, but Yamsun TPing out of the bottom lane, so it's only Husky really left there. Meanwhile, top side, Albino is spotted. Lelis. Not going to look for a lift onto the Clockwork either. We'll just leave him be. It seems like Nouns will slowly start setting up for the top tier 1 tower. Another very slow game between these two. It seems like Nouns just more than happy to take their time. Gunner top of the net worth board. Just about 200 gold off having the blink up. I suppose once you have that blink up, you're more than happy to get going with your team. He does get lucky with a bit of a double damage rune. But it seems like even with that, he's just interested in farming for now. He's not going to rush for anything.
No, just want that build up. Nouns, I mean, if you allow them to farm to this mid-game spike, it's such an overwhelming show in comparison to 5RAT. Because for 5RAT, you've got this Pango who tends to go Diffusal, gonna need Blink, maybe the Shard and the Ags down the line. Takes a lot more time. The Lina obviously just wants to sit back and farm. And even your Doom.
Mid.
Oh.
That's a big pick off if they can find it. Yamsun gonna get caught by the Rolling Thunder. Doesn't take any damage though as he has Refraction up, and Stampede gonna allow him to close the gap. Kit's already having a bit of a rough game. Meanwhile, top lane Albino Zebra does drop on the Clockwork, and that's gonna open the tier 1 tower up. Though 5RAT still sticking around for the mid tier 1. See, much more valuable. Gunner, without the Stampede, does have to play a little bit more cautiously. The tier 1 mid is gonna drop. DNM will take care of it. The real shame there was Gunner had his blink on the courier on the way. Sadly, it was just 2 seconds late, so he couldn't make an initiation in. So instead now, they're going to smoke up as 2 and see if they can get this blink reveal going. See if they can find themselves a valuable pick-off. You know, at the moment, they may run right into speed, but instead they change their direction back towards Stominant, the mid lane. And if they can find the Skywrath, maybe they can commit for this mid-tier 1 tower. Gunner trying to get in, does have the range, does get the hoof stop, and they've got the damage with Yamsun.
Yeah, nice simple kill. Should be able to lead to a little bit of a shove down mid, although Moo's doomed.
He is doomed. Speed will find a great trade across the map. Gunner unable to get the deny off. Speed still running. Blink will be up from Gunner in just a second. Thing is, he doesn't really have backup for this. Nobody to help him with the damage output, so Speed should be just fine to walk away. In fact, Speed's asking for backup. Stominant will show up, but Gunner will back.
Yeah, it's actually a big kill and a big movement to force out from Nouns. 5RAT, they drag the Centaur away, so the mid push doesn't go as fast. You don't have Desolator up on Yamsun yet, so you can't just melt towers with that TA. And without the Centaur retaliate, I mean, the push just stops. So by killing Moo, Speed just creates so much space for his team. They get to hold on to mid. They can regroup for a fight around if they feel like down the line. They've got level 6 on Albino Zebra. They've got the jump in this lineup. They can start playing around with that. They don't necessarily need the Doom as well, although now it's for their part. Smoke up once more. Stampede's ready. Still have that blink to play with.
Absolutely.
That was under vision, though.
That's concerning. It's a very deep ward there, but it won't matter. Stominant still getting caught with that smoke, so they do still find something out of it. Again, that tier 1 tower going to be under siege. Albino around, but has to back out because the overgrowth is there from Husky. Another support, maybe gifted the way of Nouns, and it will be.
It's always funny to see the Pulverize go off while Battery Assault's there. Never a great feeling, but you know, it works out. They get the kill, 2 support kills. Not the biggest losses in the world for 5RAT. At the same time, these are 2 supports that want to play aggressive. We talked about the timing into level 6, Hookshot and Mystic Flare, and they haven't been able to get a successful movement out with that. They've got to start to find these pickoffs and start to play around kits, which they seem to do here.
No, they've got the Diffusal Blade up. A lot of damage with the Mystic Flare, though. Stampede again. Gonna buy a bit of time for Moo, but not quite enough, it doesn't seem like. TP's incoming. Moo is still running. Rocket Flare connects, but they can't get the final tick off. Albino, he gets him the hook. It's gonna be barely enough. Now Gunner, he's a much bigger kill on this mid Centaur, and he is dead. Oh boy, 5RAT. They're feeling it now. Onto Lilith they go. That'll be a third down. And that's your mid tier 1 tower gone. Or rather, bottom tier 1 tower gone.
Yeah, they connect really well in 5RAT. They respond in a timely manner. It looked like they might have missed out on Moo, but when Stampede fades, still had enough output coming out there with kits. And they just punish. Nouns feeling a bit overconfident and coming back in, maybe not expecting, again, all 5 heroes to show up. The only good saving grace for Nouns is this is a lot of space for Yamson. His Desolator timing is going to be coming up soon. That's when you can start to threaten for Roche, threaten for some bigger fights, get the disassembly play into BKB, or just rush your Blink in this game. And you start to feel a lot more confident in that TA carrying through. So, for 5RAT though, this aggression doesn't stop. Hookshot's back up, Mystic Flare's back up. They can still keep playing the pickoff game.
Absolutely. And they want to. They were heading up top side to try and find Yamsun. He backs off at the right moment. So he's not going to get caught here. Though he might move into his own triangle, but no, he feels like it's just too unsafe at the moment. And 5RAT definitely feeling like they want to hunt right now, that's for sure. Nouns, they group up in their own triangle, though. Make sure it's just safe for this TA to keep that farm going. Yamsun is just so important in this kind of draft. You don't have heroes in the mid lane for Gunner that can really carry this game. It's all up to Yamsun on this TA. Stomin going to reveal himself topside. Start moving in onto that Rubik. Gunner's going to happily jump in. There is help around the corner. Stomin still alive, but Gunner going to get the job done. And with the Stampede, he will juke out the Rolling Thunder of kits. So it does cost you a Stampede, but it's another kill to go the way of Nouns. They'll be okay with this.
And the one issue is, for Nouns, they haven't been finding the big kills in a while. It's always been the two supports, Albino Zebra and Stominen copying it for the team. And this is just giving out so much space for DNM. Still, they've got the timing for Roche, Desolator up on Yamson, so it's not going to take too long. And without that Rolling Thunder up on Kits, they can't even contest, even if they had vision, which they don't.
Yeah. It's a huge loss here for the side of 5RAT, and of course it's a great time for us to bring up our odds from our betting partners, esportsbet.io. Currently 1.70 to 2.10 in favor of Nouns. So very close odds. I would agree with that, John. With the way this game's gone, the odds should certainly be very close. So Albino, well, this isn't going to be too close. He will get bursted.
Yeah, that's the one thing as well for Nouns right now. It's a really good Rubik game. First phase Rubik for Lelith, really effective. You steal Ancient Seal, you're not going to survive through for the most part. And he can cast it from a mile away. Gunner?
Moving in. Ancient Seal out. They just want to allow kids to get out of there. He will, but Stomina will have to sacrifice himself for that.
Oh man. It's getting a little bit scary with his early timing coming out from Gunner. He is rushing the heart, as you mentioned earlier on there, Mike, with the disassembly on the Vanguard. So once that heart's up, you can try to machine gun down with DNM, but that Retaliate's going to hurt a ton. You have the BKB already up on DNM, though. So he is ready for maybe some of these earlier jumps onto him. And you still maintain a good net worth lead on 5RAT, right? Your Doom is still farming. You've got this Guardian Greaves already up on speed. He's going for the Pipe next into a nice Sanj, just to have a lot more durability up. And he's going to be able to just let his Lina survive and just drag this fight out. And we heard the panel, as long as DNM lives long enough, he's always going to do a lot of damage. As long as he survives. That's the big question here.
I mean, with the BKB, you'd hope he does, right? It's like it's a 9-second charge right now. Should be plenty of time for him to survive through it. And sure, Yamsun, if he can close the gap, he can still burst you down on that Lina, especially with the Deso up, but doesn't have anything like a blink up yet. Still 700 gold away from that. Mid lane, Speed hoping for someone to make the jump in on the Doom. Does have the backup there if he needs it, but nobody from Nouns gonna give him what he wants. And speaking of Speed, how's his own farm going? I mean, he's going for the pipe up next after the Greaves, and he's going to go straight into a Sanj after that. So maybe into the Halberd against the TA. Always a great item here against Templar Assassin. Never mind that though for a second, because 5-man smoke is there from Nouns. Smoke broken on Moo. He didn't see them though, on the right side of him. So Nouns not going to really get much out of this 5-man smoke. They do scan out nicely, though. They do know where 5RAT are. 5RAT grouping up as 5 themselves now. Aegis time is still 2.5 minutes here, but Yamsun immediately caught out first. Mystic Flare, though, not there as the Stampede does allow him to escape. There's a hook shot from Albino, but again, they're not able to hold anyone down. Overgrowth, not enough either. Kit's able to remove himself from that scenario. Nobody tying from either side.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of a reset. They hold on to their mid-tier 2 here for 5RAT. Now it still has some play, although lacking Overgrowth and Stampede is going to hurt them, but they still have this BKB Pulverize out from Moo if he finds an angle in. So you still have to be a little bit cautious here in 5RAT. DNM's already just back to farming. They're a little bit more split up, and now they see an easier objective up top. They've got the creep wave. With that Deso up and running on Yamsun, doesn't take too long to melt this. And they should be able to find it. 5RAT just out of position for that defense now. Just opt to farm what they can and get that build up. And it's going to be kind of funny with this early heart for Gunner. You're going to be doing, I did maths, about 78 damage back on Lina, who's hitting you for 160. You're doing about half damage back.
Excellent.
With all your HP, and the only thing Gunner will need is a little bit more armor. Once you can kind of settle into that, it's actually a lot more painful for Lina, that kind of exchange there.
If you want to be really cheeky, you just go for a Blade Mail, but...
Oh yeah, that's the sickest one.
Yeah.
That used to be the play with Centaur, eh?
It did. Good old days. Nouns. Still 1k behind in this game, number 3. 8-6 at the moment. Kill score their way. Aegis, 1 minute away from expiring, so they still could try to get a fight going in that mid lane if they wish. They are waiting for someone to show up and defend that mid-tier 2 tower. Speed will be the one that shows himself, but that's not really the target you want to make the jump on. He's a tanky boy right now with those Greaves and the pipe up. Not going to be too easy to burst that man down. But Nouns, 4-man smoke. They'll wrap around through to the Radiant jungle. Try to make their way into that dire triangle if they can and have that high ground advantage. In fact, never mind that because they'll run right back into the mid lane. But again, not finding the angle they want to make a jump in here onto 5RAT. And it seems like at this stage, they probably will be forced to just let the Aegis expire. The Yamsun, he was scattered out with that rocket flare. Trying to get himself out. Gunner will do the same after skipping the top creep wave. And so it seems like 5RAT with this 5-man smoke, not really going to amount to too much. They could still try for Lelis in the mid lane. Pings are out. Rolling Thunder is committed. Kids, he's going to rush for it.
Oh,
but Lelis, he takes it himself.
Oh, no.
The rolling cube comes out. Lelis is fine.
Yeah, they hold on to Stampede, they get a good spell steal.
I love the guy that made these animations for the Rubik Arcana. It's just so clever.
It's a fun one. Now just give us back the long-range Pulverize. That's all I ask. Just give us that buggy mess. It's beautiful. Sure, it was really buggy, but it's fun.
It was great.
And for 5RAT, that's not so fun. It feels like for them missing the smoke, it's a lot bigger of a deal because you're not able to use your Doom. You want to put that on cooldown. Speed's just been farming for the most part. The Blink's going to help him engage for his team at least. But you're not playing around with this combination, although...
Yeah, it's been caught. Kind of hard to go for an onslaught with the battery assault, but it won't matter. He's okay. Everything just perfectly fine. He's a tanky boy. He'll walk out.
You're missing these opportunities to play with Stominin and Albino Zebra. You want to just get the cogs into Mystic Flare, and they've been trying with the Mystic Flare at least, but without the cogs against the Centaur, you're not finding that kill.
No.
You just aren't. It's they're tipping Stominin now too. I mean, he's going Midas, you know.
Oh, he's not really.
He actually has the recipe.
Oh my god. Why? This
He's
is
getting
Speed.
it from Speed.
This is Speed's doing. Speed's like, bro, I've got the broken build, trust me.
Yeah, NADPC, first tour cycle. Speed,
there it
PL
is.
Midas,
Yuck.
everything Midas.
Disgusting.
And he's passed that disease onto Stominin.
Oh my goodness. This is revolting.
I mean, if he gets away with it.
Sure, but I mean, I guess it is a slow game. 23.5 minutes, 8-6, you know? I mean, it is going to help him catch up in levels. He is still only level 9, just about to hit level 10. Those levels very important in the Skywrath. Like, all right, let's see what happens. Who am I to judge, John?
Yeah, I mean, again, it's something Speed used to advertise there.
That he did.
He used to go PL Midas, and it was like, why? Then he would also go Octarine in that game too. Octarine shards. I remember that succinctly because it was him and Pale Horse that went for that exact same build.
I think we can say BSJ at this point, John. I think everyone
No,
knows.
the role playing has to live on, Mike. Don't ruin it for me.
Oh, where are
Don't ruin
John?
this.
Are they even in Div 2 right now?
I missed them so much. Those degenerates.
I mean, you can cast NA Open Qualifiers if you want. I'm sure they'll be there.
That is true. Would be lovely.
Shout out to Fart Studios for taking out their previous organization. There you go.
I mean, you do have a good point. If this game does drag on, that investment just pays back. But now they're going for a smoke. You know, if they find a kill because this guy doesn't have a Force Staff, well, you might feel a little bit silly.
Speaking of investments paying back, John, one that didn't pay back is Arkosh. But we'll get into that later. Jump in. Onto the clockwork. There goes Albino Zebra, but Speed's there. He's got the Doom out. Yamsun, he is the target. Trying to run. They can't deny him off. Speed's got him. Mo trying to run with his BKB. Should be alright. Yamsun's the big one they wanted anyway, though. And that's not a great sign. Like, this is your POS 1 TA. You're relying on him to be able to carry you through the game. It just, you get doomed once. You do nothing. Zero. Nada.
Yeah, it's rough. They had Stampede. They didn't really pop it because Yamsun just melted so fast. That was the Mystic Flare as well on top. Just a really good roll spot for kids to play on top of. So, 5RAT, just get the big kill they need. I will want to point out here to Mike Gunner, he has the heart. He is going for Blade Mail. So, it's all about just, all right, if you have no other targets to hit but me, you're going to be hurting here.
Idea. Here's an idea, John.
Yeah.
What if we gave Centaur, like, maybe even just a talent, maybe change the shards, right?
Yep.
So if you double edge, they get taunted. What about that? Because think about it, right? Like, what does Centaur do?
Then doesn't that just completely remove Axe from the game?
No,
Almost?
it doesn't.
Somewhat?
That'd be the second hero that can taunt you.
Yeah, but
I mean, I guess LC theoretically taunts you with Jewel, but why not?
it sounds really busted, you know. That would be fun, but for 1,400, we're having issues with Ricky already, right?
We'll make it the exit. Make it a
All right.
make it a level 20 talent.
But hitch a ride. Hitch a ride,
Make it a
Mike.
level 15, level 20 talent. Hold on a minute. There could be a hook shot in for the Roshan pit. Onslaught over, they're not going to have it. Moo, he'll find Albino Zebra. Albino, hook shots back to the creep wave, but a nice lift up from Lelis. Speaking of Lelis, by the way, I didn't notice, but he has Doom available himself.
He has Doom?
Yes. On the Ruby.
Oh, for some reason I thought of Albino Zebra. I don't know why.
On the Clockwork.
Yeah, I
No,
was
that's
like,
not how
how
Clockwork
does the
jumps.
Clockwork have Doom?
That's not how
Like,
Clockwork
I'm
works,
losing my
John.
mind here because I'm seeing Blade Mail Centaur Heart. You know, it's just... Yeah,
I'm glad we only
it's
have the
way.
best here, Jonathan.
Absolutely, only the best. And but the best for the best region, of course.
That's true.
As they will start to take that mid. I mean, for 5RAT, again, they're not out of this. They're getting the farm up in DNM. He is going for travels. So he's going to have some ways of just keeping the split push game going. But you have a lot of protection now. Just this Lotus Orb alone on Mu saves you from, at least makes Speed a little bit more cautious in throwing that Doom out, and saves you from the Ancient Seal Silence, which is the one real big killer for some of these heroes without the BKB. Yamsun has his. He just has to be quick on the trigger, and they can still commit on Stampede. As long as he has BKB with Stampede, they can just kind of back him out. Maybe go for the deny play if need be, and reset and come back in. For 5RAT, you are reaching to the point where you will have the Ags up and kits. Whew, the damage. You know, it's been a while since you've seen TA. Man, this
hurts.
hero is so obnoxious.
It hurts. It's not fun to go up against this hero. I'm glad she's not in the meta right now. Though, knowing a couple changes will happen, she probably will be back.
Oh, look, it's dominant.
Yeah, there's the tips out. Midas Gaming. That's what happens to you if you pick up a Midas on Skyrat.
Me.
No, it does, John. Don't even bother trying to defend the Midas pickup. Because if I see this in my pubs, you want your PMA mic? I guarantee you PMA mic is disappearing if I see it again.
Nino, you heard him. That's what you got to do next game.
Nino's banned from playing with me. I'm deleting him.
That sounds very PMA, Mike.
He's getting off my friends list right now. I'm deleting him right now, just in case.
I mean, he is going for the Ags as well over Force Staff here. So he just wants that utility.
That's what Nino would do.
I mean, look, Stamen and Sky is really damn good, okay? He knows what he's doing.
That's true.
He knows what he's doing with his Midas.
Right.
He knows the Axe is going to be impactful. They just need to stall. That's it.
Okay. Let's see it happen. Tier 2 bottom tower. Gonna drop. No contest.
Dire's bottom tower has
5RAT. I mean, it's still just a 1k advantage the way of Nouns. It's not that big of a lead. It just... for Nouns, like, they know if they win one team fight, they're onto high ground, 2 Raxes are going down. Like, it's just the classic going up against TA with an Aegis up. You lose one fight without pipe axe, you are screwed.
It just melts that fast with that hero. It's really easy for Nouns to use that opening for themselves. And for 5RAT, the map just feels so shrank down. DNM
Shrank down. I mean,
shrunk,
thank you, John.
shrunk,
I've got to correct you.
shrunk, shrank.
I
Shrunk
don't
down.
even know. I don't even know anymore.
And the map
Just carry
shrunk down.
I don't think it shrunk either. Just keep going.
I mean, it's the same size, but you know they're not able to dip out here, Mike.
Not what
That's
she
I'm trying
said,
to
John.
say. And
That's not what she said.
this is definitely the kind of cast we need right now, for sure. Nothing but the best here in NA, of course. And yeah, for 5RAT, the big issue is trying to get farm in DNM. He is so far behind in comparison to Yamson. And his lane wasn't even that bad. Like, he managed to hold his own against Move for the most part. Just when they lost map control, when they couldn't play around with these two, it just didn't line up.
Look at that. Lelis has got a free Midas with Devour.
Yeah.
That's nice.
You don't need to farm for one on Rubik.
Jump in, speed.
Dire's top tower.
Scorched Earth stun. Bit of an Infernal Blade on Yamson, just burning through the refraction. Still 50 seconds left for the Aegis. Tier 3 tower's gone though, so now they can just continue chipping away as long as Yamson doesn't get caught without his Aegis up. He should be alright. Go speed again. Disarm is there with the Heaven's Halberd now. Daedalus is available on Yamson though, so if he does get some attacks off, it's going to hurt even more than it did before. Might see a couple one-shots as another Disarm comes out on Yamson. Very cool.
You know what would be funny? What if they buff TA so that Psyblades reach back through buildings?
You lost me at why wouldn't we buff TA, John? It's this hero comes in every second meta.
But
I'm
imagine if Psyblades worked on buildings.
Why?
Why not? It would be really broken, but
Yes.
also really funny.
No,
It'd be funny.
It wouldn't.
Dire
It would be
are
for the guy playing TA. Not for anyone else. Not for the enemy team. Not for Staminen with his Midas.
If there's one hero that's going to get buffed, it's Earth Spirit. I'm so sick of this hero being in the trash can. Please buff Earth Spirit. We've had enough.
Let's see, Mike. Is 5RAT? They'll see as well if they can find something. They haven't connected with the Cogs hookshot and the Mystic Flare. I mean, every now and again you get a good locked in roll for kits, but those circumstances are few and far between.
They found a haste rune, I think. Here, 5RAT, maybe they can make a play with that if they see it. There you go. Speed will go ahead and pick that one up for himself. No, kits maybe. He'll take it. They are on the wrong side of the map if they want to fight, though. Maybe just looking for a straggler on the bottom side. They did have vision around that area. In fact, they placed vision around that area with that smoke, so maybe for future purposes. At least allows them a bit of space to farm here as well on DNM. But you look at Nouns, they've drawn another line out through the top lane. They just want to keep pushing the racks. Range Rax is gone. Melee Rax is still there. Another smoke out from 5RAT. They'll head up towards the north. I think Yamson's got time to just burst this Rax down. And he will do so, forcing the TPs back now. Yamson, no Aegis up, still feels quite protected, but hook shot, oh, it's on a creep wave. Just very desperate, but
Oh, no.
they stack the glyph and the hook.
Yeah, it gets stacked up, and you have Lullis with a hookshot. So
Oh, good.
he's the clockwork now.
Yes.
Very nice range on that as well.
He's probably upset it's only level 1.
Yeah, it's
So what the hell is this?
It's a rough game for the supports of 5RAT. Albino Zebra and Staminen have not had the best of times. But look, Staminen is going to have Ags. And then we will see if this Midas was worth it. We will see if Speed's game leap tip, Midas every hero, every game, if it will work out.
We shall. Very, very soon. In the meantime, Gunner's going Arcane Blink, by the way.
Yep.
So Hoofstomp's got 0 animation.
Gotta love that.
Very pog.
Just absolutely love it. Just needs a little bit of armor on top. Maybe.
Does he?
Yeah,
Because you've got living armor.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, you get up to 22. That's still 57% physical resist. Lena at around 210, 220. That's down to 110.
Quick
and again,
maths.
you do around 78 to maybe at this point 85-ish damage back. Yeah, you're going to melt the Lena faster than she'd melt you with all your HP.
Thank you for that quick math, Jonathan.
Ooh.
Oh, jump in. They've got a Doom out. Stampede was committed, though. Speed, how are you going to get out of this one? I mean, of all people to Doom,
Oh
that's
my
probably the
God.
worst target as well. Speed, he's still tanky. Heaven's Halberd going to make sure he doesn't go down. Speed is still somewhat drop, or rather, Gun is still somewhat dropping. Now DNM trying to man-fight Yamsun, but that is not the target you can man-fight. He gets bursted down.
Oh my God.
There goes Stominant. Speed, he is out healing the damage that the Infernal Blade deals. His speed is gone. In a very speedy way, I might add. Perma-stunning him up. Look at Yamsun, he just backed off. He doesn't even want a part of that.
No, I mean that's Doom down. That's a lot of spells taking
Why
away
on the
DNM
Centaur?
down as well.
Is under
Why
attack.
on the Centaur of all people? Like, he's got 5.3k HP.
I think what happens is you're committing that far in. You need a kill. Maybe the call from the team is like, all right, just do it. We'll try. Because he had a fraction of a second where he didn't cast you.
Okay.
So there must have been an active call or a team decision, or like, let's just give it a shot. Because
Right.
we're not finding anything. We need something. And because of that play, mid-racks are gone. Probably Megas, they could just go to your force if they want to at this point, with no Doom to threat on the respawn.
And they'll play it safe for now. Mid-rack's down. Back up towards the top racks. Get that melee barracks gone as well. Arcane Blink now up on Gunner.
I want to see that cast point.
Dire's top barracks has fallen.
Swift Blink as well on Yamsun. One of my favorite new items here with the Blinks being added. I always felt like Blinks needed an upgrade. Mind you, the first time they came around, they were completely busted.
Are scanning.
No. They were. Remember that CDR and Arcane? That was fun.
Oh, wasn't that fun playing against SF players every game?
Oh, please give this to Gunner. Please.
What is it? Oh,
Please.
the Ags. It has to go. It has to be Gunner.
Give it to us,
It
Gunner.
has to be him. He's
Come
the chosen
on.
one. No.
No, don't
Give
do
it
this.
to... Oh, they gave it.
Yes! Let's go.
Oh, no, he gave it away again.
No, don't do this, Gunner. No. No, Gunner, you were the chosen one.
Oh.
You were supposed to bring the force into balance, not into darkness. What are you doing?
Oh. Neff, if you're listening, you're going to have a chat with the boys about that one. You know that Gunner needed the Ags that time. I mean, I think they need to be kicked here, honestly. Now to get rid of these guys. This is disgusting.
Speed?
Onslaught out, speed. Oh boy. Yeah, well, at least he has the uphill miss chance here for Yamsun. Not going to really help his chances. He's completely blocked in. Yeah, this is going to be fun for speed.
Ooh, just stuck. Can't really do much. I mean, he's got Doom on the buyback, so they can try to make something happen there. They're still stiffing Stominant for this.
He deserves it. I don't care what you say. He deserves it. He
Why
doesn't even have
do
Axe
this?
yet. He doesn't have it yet. Jump in again. DNM's been caught out now. Lift up. He's got nowhere to go but down. He's just bursted by Yamsun's damage. But now Yamsun, too far forward. Will lose his Aegis up. If they had the card on Gunner, he may have been okay. In goes Yamsun. In goes Gunner. Move with the Pulverize. Out onto speed. He can't afford to die here. He won't have the buyback. He'll just pounce away with the Ogre Totem. But they are overgrowthed up. Back to the racks they go. Yamsun, he'll find albino. Buyback is there. Jump in again from Gunner. Back onto speed. Onslaught will connect. In with the meld strike. He is just melting. Another disarm. Onto the TA. Cogs is trapping in two. There's your Doom out. But speed is gone. No buyback available. Yamsun basically asking them to disconnect here at this point. There's your Ags up. On Stominant. Happy days, John. Let's see the impact. Gunner. Not even dying to Fountain at this point. I think the Fountain took more damage than Gunner did. Under the clockwork. Albino. That'll be a dieback. Sprays in the Fountain of 5RATFORCESTAFF. Gunner is literally getting tickled to death at this point. He's taking 0 damage, John. Look at this. He's taking 0. He's not even focusing them. He's hitting the Ancient. They dropped the Mystic Flares. No damage. DNM. He's back in the team fight. Funnily enough, nouns, they'll give him the happy
Lelis?
death treatment. Lelis is gone. This is literally happy death.
Yep.
They could have finished the game. They said, oh, you want to fight? No problem. The game will continue.
They've got to watch out. The Ags up and stomping him, right? That's the turning point right here. Look, I don't know. I'm guessing 5RAT felt like this game would have should have dragged on a lot longer than it should have, than it is right now. Like, they expect this game to just hold high ground for a lot longer with the Ags up. To be fair, the Ags can be great. It's just, you don't have anything like a Force Staff. You might have been better off with a round of Atos.
What is Gunnar trying to do?
What is he trying to do?
He's going for Refresher Orb. I feel like this is the point where if they've backed off, Gunnar wants to do something cheeky. Look,
Nah.
what do you do with the Refresher Orb here?
Double Stampede.
Jump in, Hoof Stomp, Double Edge, Stampede, Refresh, do it all over again? Does someone just get bursted down? Like, can you just burst down DNM with that combo?
You probably could. It's still disappointing. It's not an Ags.
It's not an axe.
I'm not satisfied here, Mike.
Neither am I, John.
For a fleeting moment, he had the Ags.
Yeah, but Yamson probably cried, as every POS 1 does. You know how it is.
Yamson's like, you got to play seriously.
Yeah,
I mean, they are, but
The psionic projection, guys. Imagine.
But we need it. We
Yeah.
need that.
Could have
Get
had
your
2
eye.
of them. Could have. And he's even got the Havoc Hammer. This is fun. That's a lot of damage when you're playing Centaur. Go on,
yeah.
do some math for me, John. How much is this damage?
It's 350, 360.
Okay.
Good amount.
Certainly is.
Plus Hoof Stomp, plus Double Edge. Oh, very nice.
Here we go. Speed, lift it up. Gunner. That's
Oh
that's
my
a quick
God.
animation.
Oh,
He
God.
didn't even lift his legs that time. Speed, in they go. Stampede out. Speed just completely melts the mirror. Look at the side blades flying off the cogs.
Jeez.
Albino Zebra. His own cogs kill him. Yamson, stomping it. Oh, he gets one shot. He got one shot by Yamson. Dive the fountain, why don't you? DNM, he's gonna try.
Oh,
Yamson, he's gone, but Gunnar just takes him out. GG.
Oh, man. Yeah, a lot of interesting things happening that game, Mike. A lot of interesting things. Midas